Hello, how's it going out there today? Remo back. We are going for another run on my new Snowrunner mod map, which is Timber Creek. It's going to be map 2 of the Highway Haulin 3 region. Map 1, Middlebrook County, out now. Don't know if it's through for Switch, but everybody else has it. I think the newest update, which fixed a few things. And this is, as I said, going to be map 2. It's going to be a logging focused map. A lot of the stuff that you're going to be doing over here is going to be finding, setting up some areas and hauling logs back to the Middlebrook County. County? No, I was County. Get confused. I've used all these names so many times. Today we are out in the GWC Desperado 3500 HD. It looks like it came out pretty recently. Another pretty fun GWC mod. I mean, I've only gone as far as you've seen right here with it right now, but feels like another pretty good truck. I obviously have the wheel pack. A lot of the modders have separate wheel packs to keep mod size down, so keep an eye open if you're getting GWC mods, whether it's the big trucks or the little trucks. You're gonna have to download the wheel pack as well to get them, and come in here a little bit hot. What we're doing now is we're going to run out, have a look at a small airport that is going to kind of work, well, not kind of, it is going to work in unison with the larger airport on the Middlebrook County map. When you open both of these, there's going to be some stuff you need to deliver and some things you need to clean up off the landing strip, a bunch of stuff like that on this one. The other one's just fixing the building. Regardless, when it's all said and done, you're going to get a loading area that spawns out on this, which is in the far side of the map. You'll see by the end of our trip. You're going to get a loading area that spawns when you get both of those fixed up, and it's going to give you some service parts and some fuel and a few little things out there. So it's going to be one of those missions that you wouldn't necessarily have to do to get the logging up and going and that on this map, but just another extra goal and give you some easy stuff to grab, because there are going to be we're going to be building a few things in the mining area. You may have seen the big gravel pit, which still needs some work done on it, but it was in one of the first videos that came out. And there's also going to be some shop and, you know, probably, well, it's going to be a general logging like camp that you're going to open up out here. I haven't said it this video, I've mentioned in other videos, but the main concept here is you're kind of rekindling an old logging industry that used to operate out here and hasn't for a while. So there's a ton of trails. There's going to be some old worn down camps that may have some fuel hiding there, or an old truck or trailer or something that may be useful, but you're going to have to come out here and kind of set up a new logging camp. It'll give you a fuel station way out in the bush, because really besides that first main road we went down, which connects to Middlebrook County, everything else is dirt road, off-road, swamps, a huge variety of roads and a lot of meandering roads. So you're gonna have to kind of learn the best ways. What we just passed back there, that bridge, is actually going to be another log road like Highway Haulin 2 that you can build, bring in some logs, and it'll give you a way straighter shot through the swamp if you want to put the effort in to get that up and going. Now, as far as the logging, at first I was thinking of making it kind of you get all the camp and stuff set up and then the logging areas would open, but the more I've kind of built the map and played around a little bit, I think I'm going to go back to a bit of an ode to the Mudrunner days. What I'm going to have is a whole bunch of logging areas, and you'll see on the map they're missing trees all over the map that are going to have a minimal amount of logs available at them. So you're going to, you know, you might get 2 or 3 loads from this one of long logs, and it has one short log. And I'm going to probably have 5 or 6 different loading areas, at least all around the map, with, like I said, different in limited quantities. So you're never going to be going back and forth to the same logging area. You're going to spend time, you know, choosing which logging area is closest to your objective. Basically, it's going to keep you running around and running on different roads and kind of get rid of a bit of the repetitiveness that Snowrunner can have sometimes. So let me know what you think on that idea. What I was considering is maybe once you open the logging camp up, I know I have the ability to add, you know, some of the loading areas, or one per mission, I could add more logs to, so maybe one of the easier ones could get some more logs. I don't know, let me know what you think on that one. As far as recoveries, this one is going to have quite a few recoveries, and I would imagine a bunch of recoveries with trailers too, which, you know, with the logging scheme of this map, is probably going to have a few like that. Maybe, I don't know, I guess I can't, well, you know, I could. I'm just thinking maybe spawning a few logs that you have to pick up from a rollover truck. So you're going to have to recover the truck, you're going to have to recover the trailer, and then have a spawn area with obviously the 3 logs to make a log load. You know, stretch the imagination with Snowrunner sometimes. But these would be manually loaded onto the trailer, and then you have to deliver the rest of it. So some ideas like that. There are going to be a few antenna missions that are going to be a couple of hauls that way. As I mentioned, we're building the logging shop, which you've seen in other videos, but that's going to be a building that you have to build, a garage, deliver the fuel tank. Then you're going to get for hard mode, there'll be a parts loading area out there. So you have fuel and repair parts available in hard mode, and then just for regular mode, I'll just have like a refuel repair spot, most likely, so that you have something way out here that you can at least get to. I think I'm going to have a small road that hooks up to this region, so there'll be 2 gateways. I'm not sure where it's going to be. When we're coming out of Middlebrook County, we're going to be going up the hill and out past the warehouse that you go inside to load stuff, which I also think is going to be a crafting spot for the cabins, which are going to have to come out to this logging area build. That's probably the biggest reason you may want to use your time building that log road across the swamp, is that's the straightest shot to head out to that logging camp. It's got a few, like there is going to be sequoias on this map, which are kind of out in that direction too. So most of the roads you're going to be doing a lot of meandering and switchbacks and heading through mud and stuff, where that swamp road's going to cut that in about half. Although you're going to have to travel from some areas, so hopefully it works in well with it. Right now you're seeing probably one of the muddier roads, because it just kind of cuts along the river. This truck is doing it pretty easy, but I imagine when you get perhaps a vanilla truck or get a big load of logs, it's probably going to be a little bit tougher than what you're seeing in this. But again, I put the swampers on, and they're the actual wheels that he's made, and they're not like super OP, but they definitely rip through the mud pretty easy. This trailer, I'll have to find the pack, I can't remember where it came from, but it's not very heavy, so it's not giving much trouble. I think this would be a pretty fun little hauling truck. You can imagine you can put a gooseneck on it. There was a bunch of weights that you can add to the front to kind of counteract how the trailers lift the truck up, so I'll have to give it a try sometime with some log hauling with the small trucks. this is going to be, this whole region, Highway Haulin 3, is going to be a vanilla friendly, although vanilla challenging map. And there's many ways, like I said, to get out here. We're going the scout route, really kind of checking out my mud depth and the feel of the trails. Even just having the grass all spawned in nicely. If you get the trees too thick, it cancels out the grass spawn, which really kind of breaks the immersion a bit. It's nice to have a lot of that small growth that really sells. We're out of the swampy part there. We're going to be doing a river crossing up here soon. Overall, I'm quite happy with the kind of out in the forest feeling of this map. And again, if you find some roads too tough, just keep looking around. You can probably jump back and forth between a bunch of roads to get to the same spot. It's going to be about scouting. Probably be about 6 watch points like usual. Be a few recoveries in this river. I like the depth. As you can see, and if you saw in the opener, there's basically 2 big long rivers that Y together, but there is a lot of swamp area in this one. A lot of big hills too. Should be a fairly technical map in terms of hauling logs out of there. There's going to be quite a few to haul. I'm really working on the in-town area now. So we're probably like a couple of weeks away from being done. It's hard to say. Been kind of hit or miss on time lately. But I'm still plugging away. I'm really trying to take my time and do this region properly. I really think this second map is going to add the off-road everyone's missing on the Middlebrook County map 1 of the Highway Haulin 3 region. It'll all make a lot more sense when the other 3 maps join in. After this, I'm going to do like a drilling oil rig kind of focus map next. Then I imagine the 4th map, I think I'm going to work in the half snow, half grass, up the mountains. We'll see. Won't seem to be really getting any big frame drops or anything, which is good. If you get too dense on some of the trees, or there's a few kinds of trees that I guess have a lot of branches and a lot of leaves on them, they can really choke off the FPS. Something you really got to watch out for, because if it's happening on my PC, it pretty much means console's going to have a bad time. And many other people's PCs. I don't have the best one by any means. I'm middle of the road. Does the job for me quite nicely. Just gotta make sure we're actually heading the right way here. There are a lot of roads. It's going to be hard to memorize. I was almost thinking about taking an overhead shot and making a bit of a map that you could use. Don't know if anyone would be interested in me taking the time to do that or not. Maybe label a few points of interest on the map. There's a bunch of little trails, if you keep an eye open to, that are going to be a lot more just kind of off-roading focused. And I do intend on putting a few campgrounds and stuff. I think all the watch points are going to have little camping areas and stuff, good for RP, kind of give you a reason for finding them. I don't know where that goes. I know roughly where I am on the map in my head, but I mean, if you follow the river, it'll take you back to civilization eventually. It's definitely going to be one that we all get lost on for at least a little bit. There's no big major road out here. There's a couple, like probably the best road goes out to the great big pit that you're going to be doing some mining stuff with. And even it's going to need a few repairs to use the bigger road. A few bridge builds. Try not to overdo it. Most of the missions should take you a wee bit on this map because there's no fast way in and out of here. As you can see, we're just coming into the airport finally now. As you can see, this building here is going to be something we're going to get back up and going, and it looks like it's scaled a little bit small there. And we have the landing strip. Got the old windsock up there, but there's everything on the landing strip there is going to be something, you know, you bring out some containers and clean it up kind of thing. Anyways, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Appreciate everyone's time. Have a good one. Merry Christmas.